Listen to your heart. Remember that song from the 80s? That's what I had to do today because today I didn't feel like doing a freaking thing. Nothing. Felt like I was just in a funky mood. Woke up funky, went to bed funky, not smelly funky, just funky like off funky. You know, you just have those days you just don't freaking feel like it. Well, I now know to encounter and embrace my feelings. So I definitely engaged and embraced the feelings of I don't freaking feel like it. And when I did, that allowed me to let that feeling go as opposed to trying to control my feelings and I'm going to think this and not think that because I used to have that mindset, that process of thought. But just for 1 second, just for a moment, just think about this for 1 second. What if, crazy thought, but just hang on. What if everything we experience on the outside, what if everything that we experience in life is what we actually think in our heads, what we actually think inside, that everything we have on the outside is literally just a projection of what we're thinking, that we're actually co-creators, creating our reality of what we're living and what we're seeing. I mean, okay, here we go. Somebody had to create a chair for you to sit in. Somebody created the bed for you to lay in. Somebody created the floor for you to walk on. It wasn't there and it was in their head and they created it and now it's in reality. So some of us do know how to live life to the fullest because we recognize and realize that whatever we choose to believe in and live on the inside of us is what we are projecting, and that's the life that we live on the outside of us. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens through you. And so the listen to my heart is just been ringing in me all day because my heart is where I really hear. H-E-A-R, first four letters of the word heart. The middle of heart, H-E-A-R-T, is my ear to hear. That's where me and my source are one. That's when no matter what's going on, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter what, even if I can't, sometimes you can't kick the feeling. Even if you embrace it, you're just in a freaking funk. But the moment I decide to listen to my heart, the moment I decide to be at one with my creator, the moment I decide to be aligned, divinely aligned, everything takes a completely different perspective because you realize you're the co-creator in life. You know, we're soon to be up on that time where this little short will end. I'm going to keep going. So if you want to watch the full version of everything I'm chatting about, there'll be a link down there that you can click on, at least on YouTube. And if it's on some other platform, don't know what to tell you, but I hope you shine and have a wonderful day. But back to reality, because real reality is literally what you are living on the inside of you. If you are living in a past sadness, that's what you're projecting and that's what your current reality is going to be. That's why I love the now so much, because that's all we really have. The past lives in your brain. The future technically lives in your brain, and there's nothing wrong with absolutely preparing and making plans. That's wonderful. But if you're not enjoying the now, then even when you attain those plans, you just want more because the journey is not the part that you like. It's the getting to the end and achieving it. And that's great. I love achieving my goals. I do achieve my goals. I'm successfully living life and enjoying it to the fullest. And I'm only finding out that I don't enjoy life to the fullest when I'm around other people that don't enjoy life to the fullest. And then I realize like it's this weird thing going on that I just don't want to be a part of. It's nothing personal. I'm not even mad at anybody. I'm not upset with them. I say everybody gets to live how they want. Listen, I spent several decades being a pastor and preaching nothing but biblical content. And I'm so excited that I am at a place now where I am encouraging each individual that no matter where and what it is that you find is the true source for you. We call it by different names, but the fact that that separates us is frustrating to me. I am so encouraged by so much biblical content. I think it's beautiful. I think that Jesus had it so right in every possible way, especially if you actually read the Gospel of Thomas, where it's literally just all Jesus quotes or all Yeshua quotes or all whatever you want to call the man that walked the face of the earth that was able to do the things that they say he did. And I think that that's true because he really did understand the concept of I and my creator are one. And that's what I'm living. That's the entire reason why I started the Radiate 80. And then the Radiate 80, which is this 80 days of me assessing what is it that I radiate, has really shown me that there is a much bigger purpose, that the whole point of this is to be able to form an authentically we community. That means authentically you, authentically me, living our authentic selves. We're not wearing masks anymore. We're not keeping up with the Joneses. We don't have to do this. We actually are enjoying life in the very moment in which life is happening. And actually, our careers are the talents and gifts that we have, are the way that money comes in is not by me going out and chasing after it. It is flowing in my direction because that's a simplistic scenario that's required in life. And it's not about, listen, you don't think having a lot of money is good, then you won't have a lot of money. Don't worry about it. And maybe this video is not for you, but it's not about the amount of money. It's about what you do with the money. It's not about the amount of life you have. It's what you do with the life. You can live to be 95 years old, but if you're a grumpy old something or other, like, what's the point? If you just have nothing to say but negative things, what's the point? It's the quality of these things, right? It's the ability to know that you are completely provided for when you come to wake up. I have no other term besides that, and maybe that's not the best term to use, but I feel like that's what happened. I feel like I woke up. I feel like I loved every single moment of being a pastor. I really did, every moment of it. But I just love that I have woken up to no longer have to live by these rules and regulations and no, this is what you're supposed to do. And if you don't do it this way, it's not the right way. And oh my gosh, for the love of God and all things good, leave me alone. Let me know, because we all have a BS meter built in, literally. We all have a truthinator, I call it. Literally, when you hear something that is ringing true, you just know it on the inside of you. And so whether you say God, Allah, Buddha, source, creator, whatever it is that you call the source that has given you life, that is what I want you to connect with. I want you to be able to block everything else out, because how do you think somebody created the very thing that we use every single day? By listening to the people that said, oh, that's not possible. Because that's all they were saying. I mean, if you believe that Noah built a dang boat, come on. You think anybody was like, oh, Noah, what a great idea? No. So what about the simplicity, the simplest thing that the one that created you loves you so much and is not here about the bickering between religious belief systems and who's right and who's not right and which is the right way and which isn't the right way, but is about uniting, is about coming together, is about being with each other in love, is about encouraging that other person if that's what comforts them, what is good for them, is that particular place that they go to, a religious aspect of belief, then I encourage you in that. I just think it's beautiful to be able to be in a place. You can't give love to anyone unless you love yourself. And you've got to make time for you. And if we learn nothing else, listen, I was raised with God first, then other people, then yourself. That makes no sense to me anymore. Because if I and my father are one, then top of the list, both of us. Yeah, just saying. I don't get left out of that concept. So that's the first things first. I and my Father are one. First things first, I and my source are one. And we are now in this perfected vortex that just continually provides everything we need. And if I got stuck in the funky feeling I had this morning, funky rhyme, what is that song? Got a funky, I think it's a nice and smooth thing I'm thinking about. Anywho, so if you just get stuck in the funk, it's not about give the people ways to get out of the funk. It's the simplest thing ever. Listen to your heart. Just you get with you. You get with your source. You and your Father, whether it's I and my Father, I and my source, I and my Creator, I and God, whatever you think it is, I am that I am. Get with that. Allow your heart and you to be the party of one that is necessary to do and to be everything you're supposed to be. Because then life is really actually so enjoyable. You're not competing with anyone. You're not trying to put anybody else down. You don't have to one up anybody. All that stuff doesn't come into play. So when you're around people that act that way, you feel very uncomfortable. You realize they're draining your energy, and it's just time to cut the ties. And it's nothing personal. You hope that hopefully that sometime they won't be that way, and there's no closing. I don't shut doors. No one's shutting any doors, but the room I'm in, I'd appreciate it if you weren't in the same room at the moment. Door can stay open. But you really do attract what you are. And if something comes in and it's not matching your vibe, it's not matching your frequency, because we are all energy. We are all frequency. And if God and I are vibing, if I am divinely aligned and you're not, and it's not about who you're divinely aligned with. I know everybody thinks that's what it is. There's really only one source. I think we just call it by a bunch of different names. But hey, I'm not here to say what's right and what's wrong. I'm just saying when I am divinely aligned, I don't have to even think about solutions. I don't even have to think about problems, because I don't see problems as problems, because everything is a solution. And it's not even about figuring out the solution, because nothing's broken. Wait a minute, that's a ridiculous statement. It's not. You're not broken. I'm not broken. We don't need to be fixed. It's about remembering who we are. I am that I am. When you remember who you are, I think Jesus did this perfectly. He knew who he was, therefore able to do, and he was trying to tell everybody about it. And then, of course, folks went and made a religion out of it. And then, of course, they went and made 30,000 different sects of that same religion. And so now everybody's fighting about which one is right, and forgot that Jesus was trying to just say, it's super simple. I and my Father are one. I and the Creator are one. And when we get together, party. It is literally a party. It is such a blessed party. It's such a beautiful party. It's such a wonderful party. And that party attracts other people who want to have the same kind of fun. Not a religious fun, not a look at us fun. And coming on this whole YouTube thing, and let me tell you, this is the last thing I feel like is necessary to do, but I know it is the one thing I am supposed to do. When you know what you're supposed to do, you just go and do it. You don't need a script for it. You don't need to figure out how to do it. You don't hope that people like it. You know that whoever is supposed to hear it will hear it. You know that whoever's supposed to vibe with you will be right there with you. You know that you're coming from a place of love, and love is what is required to function, and to function well. It's required for good health. It's required for truth, trust. Love and trust, they like go hand in hand. I trust my source. I trust my source way more than I trust me. Or is it that I trust me as much as I trust source? What is it? Because if I and my source are one, then I got to trust me just as much as I trust my source. Wait a minute. Am I putting myself on the same level as source? I don't know. Is source putting you on the same level as source? Uh-huh. Is that what creators know how to do? Is that how people who have created all the amazing, wonderful things that we have in this world, are they under the understanding of what being a co-creator really is? Is it just that simple? Can you just decide to enjoy life? Can you just decide to have a good day with all the bull crap that came with the day? Mm-hmm. Can you just decide to be in the very moment, the very now moment, right now? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can be rich. As a matter of fact, you are rich. And the second you realize you're rich, the wealth starts pouring in ways you couldn't even imagine. But you got to know that you're already rich. I just saw 1414 on my timer. You got to just know that you are rich. And to not, we can't talk about those things because, that's taboo in the way that we think. What are you talking about? Like when folks tell me looking up in the sky and seeing the beautiful celestials that exist all over, like, oh, well, that's not our religion doesn't believe that. What are you talking about? This gorgeous creation of the Milky Way that is just floating above us, and in these cycles that exist, you don't that are our literal calendar. Don't think it has any kind of impact on us. It just might. Listen, the person who thinks that they can and the person who thinks they cannot are both right. I know I can. I want you to know you can. I am now going to dedicate myself to figuring out how it is that I come up with a platform or a way that we can form this we authenticity, this authentically we community, because I do believe it is a place where we're all going to just come who really love life, who really love wealth. Don't get it twisted. Wealth is your health. Wealth is your mindset. Wealth is your finances. Wealth is everything in abundance that's good. And it's not just good, it's great. Little Tony the Tiger action going on. I'm just saying. And why can't you be great? Why don't you realize you already are great? That greatness is in you. You don't have to compare yourself to somebody else. You don't have to one-up anybody else. You don't have to make anybody else feel a certain way. You don't have to create this. You know what it is? Be loved. You know the word beloved? I think people say it that way, but it's really be loved. That's how it is. Beloved. Be loved. It's so funny. I took my eyes away from the camera where I'm always looking, and I happen to just look at myself. And I'm so glad I did, because I told myself to be loved. I love that. Yes, I'm looking at you, but I had taken my eyes away, looked at myself, and told myself to be loved, just like I'm telling you to be loved. Why? Because once you choose to be loved, you can give love. You no longer are putting people down. You don't have a jealous bone in your body. You do not for 1 second think that what somebody else is doing is having any impact on you, because you and you are doing so well that all you want to do is be real, be honest, be authentic, enjoy your life. And so when others are choosing to go a different route, you want them to be well, you hope for the best for them, but you do realize, sorry, I can't really hang with you right now till you get your crap together, because you're crapping all over my party. Just saying. Just think about how the kids put that little poop emoji up. Just saying, don't let anybody poop on you. Love yourself enough. Know that listen to your heart. Who sang that anyway? It was like an 80s tune, late 80s, I think it was. Listen to your heart. I don't even know any of the other lyrics, but that little ditty's been in my mind all day, because it got me out of my funk to listen to my heart. It got me out of and I know what it was. I know exactly why I was in the funk. I know, who I spent time with, the things that I did, and I know, but it's nobody else's fault but my own. I don't blame anybody else for being in a funk. That is me for allowing me to go, and I put myself in that situation. And I stayed in the situation for way longer than I should have. So be it. But you gotta, at some point, put yourself first. Because when you do, now if you love you, you can love other people. And if you love you, that means that the one who created you and you have come together. Because there's no other way to find that love. It's inherently, we are love when I and my Father are one, or when I and my source are one, when I am divinely aligned. This is not about saying that so-and-so is right and so-and-so is wrong. This is about, if this resonates with you, yay. I'm so glad that I've taken the time to have this video fly and make it come out so that anyone who's meant to hear it hears it. I'm excited. I've got to really, this week, y'all can keep me accountable. And I'm starting to realize that I want this community to be, if any of this has resonated with you, give a thumbs up, put a comment in there. I want to start chatting with y'all. I want to know who you are. I am super excited about what our Creator is doing, and something huge is happening right now. I mean huge. The frequency is vibrating. I know I sound so woo-woo, but it's all about energy. We are literally made up of energy. Ask anyone. We are energy. Our source is energy. That's how we communicate. How do you even get a radio station on your radio? You tune it to the right frequency. How does your microwave work? Through frequencies. How do all these things work? Through frequency. You can't watch a television station. Here's the thing. Think about this for a second. There's like how many hundreds of television stations, streaming opportunities, yada, 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 yada. And yet you only watch one at a time, and you get to choose what you watch. That's what life is. You get to choose what your life is all about. You get to choose how successful, and I just want us to realize that we can be doing and living your best life, not because of these set of 10 rules. It's not that. Each person has a different journey. It's about you becoming one with your Creator so that you can remember why you chose to come here. I really do believe we chose to come here. We chose to be here because I keep remembering more and more and more. And I keep loving God more and more and more. And each time, every morning, every day, every second I get that I'm just alone for a moment there, and I just decide, oh my goodness, let me just take this time to just be with the one who created me. And I take that beautiful deep breath and I listen to my heart and I just am in that place. I learn more. I remember more. I'm like, and sometimes aren't you like amazed that you just like figure something out? You're like, dang, go Serene, go Serene. Like I get excited. And you think that just came from nowhere? Poof. No, it didn't come from nowhere. I completely have every answer I need on a regular basis before the thing even arrives as a problem, which is why it doesn't seem like a problem to me, because I already have the answer. And it's out of the simplicity of just taking the time to be with me, to divinely be aligned with my source. And when I am enjoying life. I am enjoying life in the very moment of which life is happening, which is now, because now is all we really have. And you can choose right now in this very moment. Even if you're going through like a moment and you're feeling funky and, you just, whatever, negative, something, whatever it might be. You can, in that very moment, especially when you're feeling a whole negative, you don't know what you're doing, why these feelings are happening. In that very moment, you can just go, wait a minute, I want to enjoy life. You can just switch it up so simply. It's not that simple for me. Why not? What's stopping you from choosing to have a positive versus a negative outlook on something? What's stopping? Oh, you are stopping you. That's it. You're the only person in your way. So let's get out of our own way. Let's just be in a place where we're divinely aligned, choosing you. Choose you. What a concept. I know we don't hear it that often. This is not selfish. Choose you. You are so special. You're a superstar. And once you remember who you are, the superstar that you are, you will start functioning in your gifts and in your talents. You'll be amazed at how rich you really are and how much more rich you become. And you enjoy the journey. If it's just one accomplishment after the other, great, accolades, woohoo, you got a nice checklist of look what I did. But are you enjoying it? Do you have that peace? Oh man, that peace, I can't live without it. And for the short spurts of time that I find myself around other people who are not living in that peace, it tries to mess with my peace. I'm like, oh, let me get up out of here before my peace decides to go with them and leave me. And so having that kind of peace, living in a way where you have an ease about you, where you do just move from that like glory to glory to glory. You can't see it, but my hips were moving too. Just saying, like, it's just easy, easy, easy. And I'm not saying that, oh, life is so easy. I'm saying life is easy in the sense of how we deal with everything that comes in our direction. Because when something's happening, I go, oh, let me check in on the inside, because I am whatever's happening with me on the inside, I'm causing my reality on the outside. So let me check in on the inside. Oh, that person's triggering me? Oh, they're not my enemy. They are my teacher. Let me see what's inside of me that I'm not free from yet. That's the only reason why I'm being triggered. Everything is for you. Everything is for you. These are gifts that are just being laid at your feet so that you can choose to live your best life possible. Oh my goodness. I could keep going on and on, but I think I'm going to stop here. This week, I'm really going to dedicate some time to figuring out how it is that once I start seeing that there are people that are in agreement and resonating with this, and I see the comments or I see thumbs ups or whatever it is, or maybe you don't agree, and if you don't, then not sure why you're still watching. But you know, let's figure this out. I'm going to figure out how to get a whole community together so that we can do other kinds of events virtually that could be very interactive or not. If you don't want to participate, you just want to listen and hear, but just, all the stuff that's out there from the Zoom down the line. But I got to figure out how to get all that together and maybe hire somebody to figure that out. Either way, get that done and keep doing what I'm supposed to do, which is just this, which is just coming on and listen to my heart and keep telling anyone who resonates with this, anyone who also wants to remember who they really are, wants to know who they are and why they were created, and how this journey and how life is not about keeping up with anybody else. It's about loving you so much that you know how to love everybody else around you, and that you continue to attract that type of tribe. And that tribe is an encouraging, constant, loving support system. And yeah, it's a good thing, man. It's a real good thing. All right, y'all. I love you. I mean it. Even if I don't know you, I love you, because if you're still here resonating with me, I know we're on the same frequency. And that's where I choose to really just let my love flow. I really do love everyone. I mean that. Even the people that are so different and special than me. I support you. Even if you don't agree with anything I say, I support you in the journey that you're choosing to take. Now, if that journey hurts somebody else, I don't support that, but I still support you as the human being and as the one that can make decisions today that really do determine your tomorrow. And for that, I love you, because I know that that is the superstar in you that wants to live your best life possible. Until next time, shine.